Hi everyone, my name is Angela from Angela Stitches and welcome back to my channel. So this is actually an update for yesterday's stitching. I was just really tired last night to record, but I have a new start and I thought I would show you my progress on it. And I still have my needle here. Um, so this is Sleeping Beauty by Mirabilia on a 40 count color and cotton fabric called Camelot. I got this fabric for my fabric of the month from Color and Cotton last week. And this is my first time stitching a Mirabilia on a 40 count, and this is what she looks like. And I'm working on this corner right here. Honestly, I haven't done that many Mirabilias. I recently just finished English Roses, and I have two other Mirabilia finishes. Um, but usually Mirabilias are really big, and most of the ones that I have didn't really fit the fabric that I had. And I'm also trying to save up and stitch from stash. So I decided to try Sleeping Beauty on a 40 count since it only calls for DMCs and three different colors of beads, and I can easily convert the beads to smaller beads. Um, but I really like stitching on 40 count. Um, I like 40 count for several reasons actually. The main reason is actually I can't really see the actual weave of the fabric, like the holes. Um, One of the reasons why I didn't like Ada was because even though Ada makes my stitches look really neat and nice, I really didn't like the fact that I could see the holes. Well, on the parts where there weren't any stitches. That's why I was really happy when I found linen and even weave because it was harder to see the holes when it was finished. Um, and with 40 count, it's even more difficult. So that's my main reason why I like 40 count. And the second reason is, and at first it was a reason why I didn't like 40 count, but it's because I can stitch 1/2 and the coverage is really good, but then you can't do the loop method when you're starting a new thread. So yeah, it doesn't bother me as much anymore starting without doing the loop method. And also another reason why I like 40 count is that it makes your final project smaller than stitching it on 32 count or 28 count. And I know you can do 1/1 on 28 count or 32 count, but I think it's much more easier to go down or go up to a higher count fabric than doing smaller stitches. I hope that made sense. And overall, I'm assuming that if you go to a 40 count and make the project smaller, it'll help with the cost of the framing. I haven't done any framing before, but that's what I'm assuming. But I don't need a magnifying glass to stitch yet. Someone asked me if I use a magnifying glass when I'm stitching on 40 count, but for 40 count, I do need to have the Q snap a little closer to me than 32 count so that I could see a little better. The weaves are, I feel like it's much more tighter than 32 count since it's smaller, obviously, but I mean, um, I think that's why you can't really see the holes, which is one of the reasons why I like 40 count. Um, but I don't really have any troubles yet seeing 40 count. But I know that I can't stitch as long as I could on 32 count. I did notice that my eyes get tired faster when I'm stitching on 40 count. So, yeah. I mean, that's my experience on 40 count and why I like it and my thoughts on it. And I want to do more projects on 40 count, but sometimes if there's like specialty, like clinics and other specialty stuff, I don't know how to convert them. Um, I mean, I think I could easily figure that out if I have like a wide range of stash, but as for now, I only um, and one of the other thing that I might have trouble later with Sleeping Beauty is that Sleeping Beauty calls for a blend. And I didn't notice this when I started this project yesterday, but I woke up this morning and I was just looking at the chart and the DMC list, and there was one blend. And it's a 3747 with a white. And I'm assuming it wanted it needs a color that's lighter than 3747 but not as lighter than lighter light as the white color. So what I'm gonna do is because I can't use two strands on 40 count. Um, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I have a color that I could convert that into a color and cotton floss and use that. And I think that'll work. I think I might have something, but if not, I'll just use 3747. Um, I don't think that's gonna be a big problem. So yeah, that's my plan for it. But if there's like a lot of blends, I could see that that might be a little bit of a hassle to convert those into something else. And also with the Krennics and other Karen water lilies, I don't know. I haven't stitched that many with Karen water lilies, but I think you could just use one strand of that. But for Krennics, I actually don't really know the difference between the sizes, like the number 8s and the number 12s yet. And I think even the smaller, the thinner ones are still thick to be stitched on 40 count. So maybe if you could convert those into petite treasure braid, maybe. I haven't stitched petite treasure braid on 40 count, so I can't say for sure. But yeah, I think you could definitely convert things to 40 count, a mirabilia to a 40 count, but it's just a lot of trying things out and see what works or not. So, yeah. Um, but I think Sleeping Beauty is a great way to start stitching mirabilias on a 40 count. So, yeah. So I think I'll be working on this tonight later. I haven't stitched today yet, and I'm gonna do some work before I start stitching. So, and also maybe Blonde Beauty Cameo if I need a little break from the 40 count. So yeah, that's my plan for today, cross stitching wise. And yesterday, I'll put a timestamp here because this isn't cross stitch related. But my mom and I watched the Oscars, and we were super happy and surprised that Parasite and director Bong Joon-ho won the Best Picture and Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and I really liked his acceptance speech when he got his Best Director. And I think he's very smart when he speaks, and obviously very talented, but very kind to his actors and very humble. So yeah, that was really amazing to see as a Korean, Korean people getting recognized for their work. And yeah, I was really hoping to see BTS on the Grammys with their own songs this year, but yeah, I'm not gonna get into that, but just wanted to mention that. And if you haven't seen Parasite yet and Memories of Murder, I really recommend them. Also, I haven't seen The Host yet, but I heard many good things about it, so I'll be looking that up pretty soon. And then after that, I did some work and went out to the mall. Korea doesn't really have malls like the American malls, but recently they started building these American style malls. Before, if you want to go shopping, there are, well, there still are shopping streets in like specific areas, but I went to one of the new malls and had dinner there, and I have a little clip of what I got for dessert, so I'll add that here. And I'll see you later tonight with some progress on Sleeping Beauty. So I'm back to show you some progress. I didn't get that much done. I only stitched for an hour and 30 minutes maybe. And I've been watching videos, so I didn't get that much done. But this is my progress. So I worked on this olive green color and came down to this blue here. And another thing that I like about 40 count is that stitching 1 over 2 makes your stitches look really nice because it's only one strand. And also the coverage is really good. I think if I ever do another Heaven and Earth designs, I might do it on 40 count. So let me bring this up close so that you can see the coverage and see what I mean. Like the coverage is awesome, and also my stitches look really neat, so super happy with it. And I didn't really feel like doing a lot of confetti heavy area like right here. There were some color changes a little too often that I would like for today. For some reason, I didn't really feel like confetti today, so I worked on this olive green because it was just blocks of it, and then I came down to this blue area because that was also some big chunks of solid stitching with just one color. I'll go back and fill that in later when I feel like it. I think that's what's nice about cross stitching. You can just pick and choose what to do when you feel like it. Like when I make jewelry, there are certain steps and steps in certain order that I need to take to make something, and you can't just like skip something because you don't feel like it. Like you can't be like, I feel like stone setting today, so I'll do that first before I work on soldering. Or I feel like polishing today, so I'll polish first before whatever, you know? So yeah, that's why I really like cross stitching. And I didn't have time to work on Blonde Beauty Cameo yet. I think I'm not working on this as much as I like to because it's on a hoop. I usually stitch with two hands, and with a hoop, I have to hold the hoop with my left hand and use my right hand to do all the stitching. So I think that's why I'm not picking this as much, um, or working on this as much as I like to. And I could move this to a Q snap, but this fabric is so small, I don't think I have a smaller Q snap to fit this into. But I really want to work on this more. So yeah, I think I'm gonna focus on these two projects this week. And then someone asked me about my roses and English roses. I said I would show you how I did my spider roses, but I don't have any ribbons, so I can't really show you, but I'll link some tutorials that I watched and maybe that will help you. It definitely helped me, so I thought I had like a piece of white ribbon that I had left from English roses. I mean, stone roses, but I can't seem to find it. So if I can, I'll make sure to show you how I do it. But right now, I don't have any ribbon, so sorry about that. But those tutorials are really great, so it'll help you a lot. Um, anyways, so that's it for today, and I'll come back tomorrow with some more progress on Sleeping Beauty. So see you tomorrow. It is Thursday morning, and this is my progress from last night. So I worked on this for maybe an hour or two and parked some threads here so that I could just start right away today. So this is what she looks like, and this is the part where I'm working on right now. And I didn't mention this in my recent videos. So this is a fabric called sorbet. It's a 36 count, and I think I got this from one of the stitchy boxes a couple of years ago. And it's a printed fabric. So I'm gonna try to work on this side today, and I'm thinking about beading and doing the back stitching as I go because this whole thing fits in the hoop. So today I might try to get to the other half and maybe start on the back stitching on her face. And I also worked on Sleeping Beauty. So I worked on the empty space that I was trying to avoid a couple of days ago, but I thought it was gonna be super confetti heavy, but it wasn't really. So it wasn't too bad at all. It was actually a lot of fun to stitch the different shades of blues. So that was a lot of fun. So today I'm gonna continue filling in the empty spaces there. But I'm gonna work on this a little later tonight. But right now I'm gonna work on Blonde Beauty Cameo and try to finish all of the park threads here. And then later, I think I'm gonna go to the coffee shop to read. So I'll come back and show you my progress then. So I just realized that it is Valentine's Day tomorrow. So I thought I would start these two projects. It's weird because I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day. Even when I had a boyfriend, I don't think we did anything because it was Valentine's Day, but I just thought these two projects were appropriate for Valentine's Day. So, and it's already kitted up. So I think I'm gonna try to put some stitches in. So this is Cat Lovers by Jardin Privé, and I'm doing a color and con conversion, and there's one classic colorworks in here and one general arts. So these are the colors that I chose, and I showed it in my recent video. So if you want to see that, you can check that out. But this is a 40 count antique white Newcastle linen, and I think it's going to be super pretty. I'm gonna stitch 1/2 on this one as well, because it's a 40 count. And then the second project, this is a free chart from La Dida called Heart and Hand. Hand and Heart, actually. And for this project, I think I'm gonna choose the colors as I go, but monochromatic probably. Maybe two colors at the most, but I'm not really sure yet because I haven't even decided on which fabric. So I have these two options. So this was from a Stitchy box, actually from a Valentine's Day box, I think. And it's called I don't think I could read that. I think it's French. But this is a 32 count even weave with hearts on it. It's super cute. And the other option was also from the same Stitchy box, I think. And it's also a 32 count linen. But I think I like this better because I don't think I'm used to stitching on like really bold fabric. So maybe, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I'll try the red fabric and make myself try something new. I don't know. But they're both really pretty, so I'm sure I'm gonna be happy with any options here. So I'm gonna be starting one tonight and the other one tomorrow. I haven't decided which one to start first, but I'll update you when I start these projects. I'm back to check in and show you my progress. So I worked on Blonde Beauty Cameo while watching the new Netflix movie called To All the Boys, P.S. I Love You. It was alright. I liked the Korean representation and showing some Korean culture, like the New Year's culture. But yeah, it's a teen movie, and I could see a lot of people liking that movie. But I don't know, I guess I'm not that into romantic movies. And come to think of it, I don't think I have a favorite movie. Favorite romantic movie? Um, oh, Before Sunrise. Yeah, I think that's one of my favorites. But anyways, so I spent most of my time today working on this, and so I did her hair here and then did the back stitching, and I think it looks really good. And then, oh, I forgot. I also did some beading, and I used the smaller size instead of the regular called for size. So yeah, because this is on 36 count, so I downsized the beads. So yeah, I parked some threads here so that I could work on it right away tomorrow if I wake up early tomorrow morning. And then I'm hoping to finish this by end of this week, and then I'll get the other companion piece in a PDF file. I know I said I wasn't gonna spend any more money, but I just have to get that one. So, okay, and then instead of working on Sleeping Beauty by Mirabilia, I started Cat Lovers by Jardin Privé. So just a little bit in this corner, and this is the sticker from the. Okay, I'll just take it out. So this is what it looks like, and I'm in this little corner, and these are the flosses that I'm using. I think it's really cute so far, and I can't wait to start the blues and also see some variegations of the flosses in like these large areas. And it's just so much fun. And because this is 40 count, I'm stitching 1 over 2, and I just love 40 count. If you haven't tried it, please try it. It's really fun and it makes your stitches look really neat because it's only one strand. So, yeah. So, I think that's it for this video. I hope you like this video as well. Let me know if you have any questions. I think I think I'm gonna start my other new project next week because I wanna work on this one, Cat Lovers, and also Blonde Beauty Cameo, and a little bit more on Sleeping Beauty this weekend. And I'll switch it up with other projects next week. So that's my plan, and I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing and commenting. I really appreciate everyone. So, thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.